Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for our e-marketing webinar today. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Gary, they're pictured at the top, and joining me today is Katya Els, who's with marketing here at Member365. So a bit of an agenda for today's webinar, what we're going to be covering. First off, how we're going to be able to build lists and segment your database, show you how to reach out to the people you want to reach out to within your membership. And then go into the actual email marketing module itself. So you're going to be able to customize the templates, insert any images, make them your own, send them off to those members that you want to reach out to, and then how you're going to be able to use the analytics at the end to see how you performed. So to start off with, we're going to land on the administrative portal page, right on the dashboard. And that's where you're going to come first as an administrator anytime you log into Member365. It's going to be where you have all your alerts on a daily basis. Any other graphs representing the breakdown of your membership itself. So today, since we're doing email marketing, the first step of that is building a list that you want to reach out to. So we're going to go into the list building module we see right here. First step of building a list is going to be naming it. So I'm going to create one today for a board of directors. And we're going to send out an email to our board of directors at Member365 telling them about an upcoming board meeting. You're also able to specify access. So if you have a number of different administrators using the Member365 platform, you might want to have lists that are just for your own purposes, saved and private to yourself, and others that are going to be used by any administrator as shared lists, like we see right here. The other great part of the list building tool is once you create a list, it saves, and anybody who meets the criteria going forward is going to be added that list, and anybody that is maybe removed from your database or doesn't no longer meets the criteria, maybe they're no longer board director, is going to be removed from that list when you use it for email marketing. So when you come on board with us, you just have to create that list once and you can use it again and again. Building a list though is a matter of adding and excluding criteria. So we give you tons of different filters to be able to use that, and it's essentially any of the information that's collected on that contact record page. So that could be information about the organization, the contact record, workspaces that people are part of within the member portal, events they've attended, different opt-ins for email communication, keywords, tags, memberships, forms they filled out, even fundraising, committees, and the directory listing. So today we're going to be interested in committees in order to find those boards of directors. So under any of these filters, there's going to be some other options that you can dig a little bit deeper into. And for us today, we're going to want to look by committee, not by role or status. So we created a group here already for the board of directors. So I'm going to go click that and save that filter. With that filter, Member365 is going to go and populate a list of anybody who meets that criteria and is a part of that board of directors for us at the bottom of the page. We definitely want to get you away from using tools like Excel as much as possible, but in the case that you do need to provide a report or work with some data and member information outside of our software, we always give you the ability to export that to Excel and choose all the fields found in that contact record that you're going to take with it. Great. But now that we have that board directors list, I'm going to go ahead and save it. 1 second. And the next step is our actual email that we're going to send out to that group, reminding them of the meeting. So first step, regardless of what kind of communication you're sending out, is you're going to press this green new communication button you see right here. So if you have a template that you've already customized, maybe you have one that you often use for board directors meetings or maybe for event reminders, you can press the blue button. But in the case now that we're going to start from scratch and build a completely new template, we're going to go and press the green new communication button. There we go. So to show you some of the different options we have, I'm going to go with our most basic template. We also do have another number of other professionally designed templates that are available as a part of Member365 that you can choose from as well. I'm going to go here and select. You can also go and preview them if you want to take a closer look before diving in. So the first step to building this is going to be creating the name that's going to be saved as, this campaign is going to be saved as within Member365. So I'm going to call this Board of Directors 1, just so I can make sure I know it's right. I'm also going to call this as Board Event as the title that's going to be sent out, the subject line. You're also going to specify the from name and email address. So for your organizations, this is going to be from Member365 or at Member365.com. It's going to be sent from your domain that you associate with your association, and also the from name that you choose. So it could be Member365 events, Member365 membership. It's up to you. Next step is going to be where you can actually go into that template and make it your own. So for us, we can create a header here. I'm able to go in. So I'm going to say board meeting. I'm also able to go in, and using this text editor tool we have here, we can go cut, paste, copy. We have the ability to go and check spelling within here as well. Create different sizes for headings. So we don't have font sizes, but we have these different standard font headings for you to use. So normal text, heading 3, other formatted text. And you can also change the font type itself. So I'm pretty partial to Arial, so I'll change it to that. And sorry, actually, forget what I said. Yeah, I can't change the font size. The heading is for formatting the actual text itself. There we go. You're also able to underline or highlight different parts of the text if you want to direct attention to that. So I have a little bit of a blurb that I'm going to go and use here already. Just 1 second. I'm going to copy and paste it from another window about the board of directors, and bring that back over here and replace what we already have. There we go. So just a bit of a description about what a board of directors is. And since it's a board of directors meeting, you might want to set an agenda for the meeting itself. If you want to create a table right on that page itself, you can create a table with our text tool here. So I'm going to create one with 2 rows, not to get too ahead of ourselves there. You can also set the spacing of the cells, whether you want a header on top of it, and also any captions or summaries. So for this, it's going to be board meeting schedule. Go in here, and down the bottom, maybe it's going to start at 7 o'clock. You can go put that in, and we can say intro. And at 7:30 is pretty organized meeting. We can have the wrap up. Not being too creative today. So also in this, you're able to use any of these other typical text tools you're going to find with any word processing program. So bolding, italics, underlining. You can also create numbers and bullet points, quotations. You can center everything and space it properly. And also hyperlink, which is often one of the most important parts of going through this. So for us, maybe we're going to want to direct people back to the Member365 website. So I'm going to make sure this is going to the right spot first. And I'm going to show you how this comes in handy later. So I'm going to do Member365.com. And we're going to list it right there. You're also able to attach files to this. So if you have a PDF document or maybe a slide deck that you want to pass on before this meeting, you can go here and actually upload files or use file that you've already uploaded to our server. There you go. So not the prettiest email in the world, but in a couple seconds there, we have everything that we need to send out to our board. At the bottom here is also where you're going to customize the signature. So this is going to have your client name, address, city, location. That's going to populate there for you according to the information that's stored in your Member365 profile. So the next step in the process is going to be where those lists come into play. So for our board of directors, I create a shared list here. So I'm going to go find that list myself. There you go. So we found that board of directors list. We can also pick multiple lists if we want to do that. Can select additional recipients, so we can copy and paste emails in here if there's somebody that isn't a part of your database right now. And also exclude recipients if you know that there's somebody that you don't want to add in that list. And the last step before you have to send this out is deciding whether you want to send it now or schedule it for later, and pressing the send button or saving it as a template. Now, you're also going to want to keep track of performance of this email. So in that email, I put that Member365 link, and we can see here that that URL has now populated as a link to track. So if I select that, now anytime that somebody goes and opens up that email and clicks through on the link, you're gonna have a record of that. Anyways, so I'm gonna finish this up, send it out to our board directors, and I'm now gonna show you how you're gonna be able to get some analytics and monitor the performance of that email. So any delivered emails are gonna show up on this delivered email list that we see right here. You can also look in on your drafts or any that are scheduled for delivery. That one we just created is actually in the queue right now to be sent out to those 4 people that we selected. But for today, we're gonna be interested in the emails that have been sent out. So anytime you wanna check the performance, you click on the email itself, and it's gonna open up this marketing analytics window. So we're able to see the total numbers of recipients, the number of unique opens, how many times the email's been opened, number of clicks through on the links, and also the total number of unsubscriptions. Something else to touch is that we completely monitor all consent for email. So whether it's implied or somebody actually gives you email consent during the application process. So you don't have to worry about breaking any anti-spam laws. It's all taken care of by us and related back to people's contact records. So for this one, there's not too much information to go on. I think only 4 people actually opened this, or 9 people at this point. So it's not populating the graph fully for you. It's just over the one day. It's also gonna show you by day how many emails were opened on that day. It's also gonna show you that full list of people who were outreached at the bottom here. If you wanna go through that, you can export that to Excel. And also gonna give you a graph or information on who clicked through and give you all the information based on that right here. Now, since the Member365 software is very sticky, assuming that all these people are in the database because we reached out using that list we created, anytime that email is sent to them, it's also gonna be registered on that contact record for them. So on an individual level, if you wanted to go in and find an individual member or contact and figure out if they've been opening their emails or if they've been sent a certain email, you can go into their contact record page. So this is my demo one that's been flushed out. And at the bottom, there's this communication and file log right here. So this is where you can come to log any calls, any emails that you send out through Member365 are also going to be logged here. But if you click the email marketing tab, it's going to show you any emails that have been sent and whether they've been viewed. So that's opened by this particular member. So it's a good indication about how engaged they are. You can also go click through on that particular email if you want to go and see exactly what the contents was. So maybe if you need to follow up with them, you can do that easily as well. Great. So that's really been our webinar for today. Feel free to reach out. Both Christine Bundy and myself are sales representatives here, and we're always more than happy to help in any way that we can. But on behalf of Katya and I here today, I want to thank you for taking the time to check out our email marketing module and the webinar we provided today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day there.